Did you know some of the most isolated folks after 70 aren't actually living by themselves? They just feel alone. As we grow older, life naturally becomes quieter. Children move away, daily habits become more basic, and the telephone doesn't sound as frequently. Even if we're surrounded by others now and then, there's still a type of isolation that creeps in. It's not always about who stands nearby. It's about how linked we feel. That in this talk, we're going to explore 5 plain but strong things you can try if you're feeling alone after 70. These aren't costly, hard solutions. They're gentle, real-life changes that many older folks have used to bring more brightness, form, and ties back into their lives without acting like everything seems perfect all the time. Stay with me until the finish, because these 5 changes could not only help lessen loneliness, they might also give your day a fresh sense of pattern, your heart a fresh sense of peace, and your thoughts a soft reminder that you're still very much a piece of this world. If you've been feeling cut off, or if someone you care about has been struggling with that quiet pain of isolation, this talk will show you useful, hopeful ways to change things, starting with what's already within your reach. Now, let's begin. First, a basic daily pattern with shape. One of the most overlooked causes of emotional isolation after 70 isn't just who's missing from your life, it's what's missing from your day. When the form of work, family care, or daily tasks starts to fade away, it leaves behind a strange kind of emptiness. Hours can stretch out, days can mix together, and slowly, without noticing, your sense of time and length starts to weaken. That's why having a soft, self-guided pattern matters more than most folks think. It's not about being busy every moment. It's about giving your day form, something to look forward to, a reason to wake up and move, a sense of rhythm that keeps you tied to time, power, and aim. I once knew a man named Leonard, 79, who told me the hardest part of stopping work wasn't boredom. It was the way his days lost their borders. He didn't know when to eat, when to rest, or even when to get dressed. It felt like I was floating, he said, and not in a good way. With the help of a small wall calendar and a morning list, he began rebuilding his day. A walk after breakfast, reading before lunch, a phone call every Wednesday. It wasn't dramatic, but it brought him back to himself. A steady pattern creates more than just order. It builds emotional safety. It keeps your thoughts from drifting too far inward. It gives your body the signs it needs to stay full of energy. And most importantly, it helps you feel grounded, like you're taking part in your life, not just watching it happen. Start small. Even just waking up at the same time, opening the curtains, making your bed, and picking a breakfast you like can ground you. The goal isn't perfection, it's presence. And when your day has a start, a middle, and an end that you can expect and shape, loneliness has fewer cracks to slip through. Second, short, regular social touch. You don't need to be circled by people all day to feel connected. In fact, some of the most powerful cures for loneliness come from the smallest meetings. Short, honest moments of touch that remind you you're still seen, still valued, and still part of the cloth of everyday life. It might be a simple hello to the neighbor cleaning their porch, a quick chat with the store worker who remembers your name, a phone call with a friend that lasts 5 minutes, not an hour. These contacts may seem minor on the surface, but in our minds, they carry a deep impact. They wake up the part of the brain that handles belonging, and they gently push away the feeling that you're drifting apart from the world. I remember a woman named Ruth, 82, who once told me she didn't have anyone she'd call close, but every Saturday, she went to the same farmer's market. She didn't go for the food, she went for the people. The seller who always asked about her tomatoes, the baker who handed her the softest bread, the boy who played fiddle on the corner. I don't know their names, she said, but they make me feel like I'm still in it, like I haven't faded away. That's the quiet magic of brief touch. It doesn't demand energy you may not have. It doesn't carry the weight of deep talk. It simply reminds you, I exist. Someone sees me. I'm still part of the rhythm of the world. If you've been feeling the dull ache of disconnection, try this. Look for one small moment each day to join in. Even a few words traded with the mail carrier can bring a sense of calm. And over time, these tiny links form a chain, a net, a soft reminder that you're still woven into something bigger than yourself. If you're still watching this talk and finding these insights useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't signed up yet, I suggest you sign up and turn on the bell so you don't miss any talks. Your backing helps us keep making good content to inform and lift you up. Now, let's move forward. Third, helping others in small, meaningful ways. One of the quickest ways to cut down loneliness after 70 isn't to ask for more notice, it's to offer it. When you find a small, meaningful way to help someone else, something shifts inside. Your focus moves outward, your sense of worth grows stronger, and most importantly, you stop feeling invisible. You begin to feel needed again. That doesn't mean giving your time fully or signing up for something complex. It can be as simple as checking in on a neighbor who lives alone, helping a friend get to a meeting, baking something, and leaving it at someone's door with a note, even mailing a birthday card to someone who wouldn't expect it. These acts may seem small, but they say something big. I still have something to give. I once met a man named Walter, 84, who lived alone in a quiet area. He didn't drive anymore and rarely had guests, but once a week, he sat down to write postcards to other seniors he didn't know. Just kind words, weather updates, or memories from his childhood. He'd mail them to a local senior center that gave out mail to those without family. When I asked why, he said, "It reminds me I'm still part of someone's good day." That's what helping others does. It reminds you that your being still carries weight, that your thoughts, your words, your hands still matter. And in the act of giving, something surprising happens. You feel less alone. You feel more alive. Mind doctors call this prosocial behavior, acts of kindness that support others. But for many older adults, it's not just about being nice. It's about getting back a sense of purpose, a reason to get dressed, to make a plan, to show up, even if it's only for a moment. And purpose is one of the strongest cures for loneliness, because when you wake up with even one small task that adds to someone else's well-being, your day already has meaning. And where there's meaning, there's less space for emptiness. Fourth, going to local community spots or joining easygoing groups. One of the gentlest and most natural ways to ease loneliness after 70 is to put yourself in places where linking can happen without pressure, without acting, and without the weight of high hopes. Community spots offer this, and they do so in a way that respects your speed, your comfort, and your own self. That could be a book place where the workers start to know your face, a local walking group that meets once a week even if you only stay for 10 minutes, a senior center that offers morning coffee, art classes, or book clubs, not just for joining in, but for being present. These places aren't about fixing loneliness. They're about gently softening it, giving it less room to grow. I remember a man named Frank, 81, who started going to a puzzle group at his local senior center. He wasn't very social and didn't like small talk, but something about sitting around a table focused on one quiet task with others made him feel calm. "We don't talk much," he said, "but I leave feeling like I've been with people, and that's enough." That's the beauty of low-stress social spots. You don't have to act, you don't have to lead. You can simply show up, be around others, and let linking happen naturally, like sunlight coming through a window. Over time, known faces start to form. You nod, you share a few words, and slowly, the sense of being apart begins to fade. The key is steadiness. Even if you only go once a week, that small routine becomes a thread in your week, something that holds you gently, something to look forward to. And in a world that can sometimes feel like it's moving on without you, that thread is a lifeline. So if you're feeling cut off, don't wait for someone to come knock on your door. Find a door you can walk through, even if it's just once. Because sometimes being in the same room as others, even without deep talk, is enough to remind you that you're still part of something, still seen, still human. That if you're still watching this talk and finding these insights useful, please comment number for below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't signed up yet, I suggest you sign up and turn on the bell so you don't miss any talks. Your backing helps us keep making good content to inform and lift you up. Now, let's move forward. Fifth, caring for something living, like a pet or a plant. Loneliness isn't just the lack of people, it's the lack of emotional connection. And one of the most quietly powerful ways to bring connection back into your life is to care for something living. It doesn't have to be a dog that needs walking or a cat that climbs on furniture. It can be a small plant on the windowsill, a bird feeder just outside your kitchen, even a goldfish in a bowl. There's something deeply human about the act of nurturing. When you water a plant, feed a pet, or talk softly to something that answers. To your being, it reminds you, you matter. Your care makes a change. Your hands still create warmth. And that small tie, however quiet, begins to refill the emotional space that loneliness tries to empty. I once met a woman named Gloria, 83, who lived in a one-bedroom flat with 2 potted herbs by her window. She named them, she talked to them, and every morning, she checked on their leaves, made sure they had water, turned them toward the sun. They don't talk back, she told me, smiling, but they greet me. They need me, and that's enough. Studies show that having something to care for, even a simple plant, can cut down stress, lower blood pressure, and increase feelings of belonging. And for seniors who may no longer have caring roles for children, partners, or jobs, that emotional bond becomes a gentle stand-in, a reminder that love can still flow out of you and come back in its own way. And if you're able, taking in a small pet like a calm older cat or a gentle dog can bring even deeper rewards. Not just company, but touch, routine, and laughter, a reason to talk, a reason to wake up, a reason to keep going. But even if pets aren't possible, don't overlook what a windowsill plant or daily bird visit can bring. Life is life, and when you invite a little bit of it into your home starts to feel less quiet, less empty, and more like a place where something meaningful is growing right alongside you. Final thoughts. Loneliness after 70 can feel heavy, but it doesn't have to be forever. Sometimes it's not about waiting for the world to come find you. It's about reaching out just a little, in ways that feel honest and doable. And what we've looked at today aren't big changes. They're gentle shifts, quiet steps toward connection, meaning, and emotional ease. If one or more of these 5 ideas spark something in you, even a flicker, I hope you'll try it. Build a simple routine. Say hello to someone, even if it's just in passing. Offer a small act of kindness. Visit a space where people gather. Care for something that depends on your touch. Each of these choices chips away at loneliness, not all at once, but steadily. Like light passing through a closed curtain, you are not alone in feeling alone. So many others carry the same quiet ache. But what matters is what you do with it, how you meet it, how you move through it, and how you begin, even slowly, to reshape your days with the aim to stay linked, not just to others but to yourself. Life after 70 still holds richness, still holds joy, and still holds purpose. You have not been left behind. You are still very much here, and there are still people, more than you know, who would be glad to see your face, hear your voice, and share the quiet spaces in between. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hold back from sharing them. Reading your comments gives us great drive and support. That if you enjoyed this talk and found it helpful, please like, sign up, and share. Your backing helps us keep making good content to inform and lift you up. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next talk.